looks like might be AT&T. Bottom or below it is T-Mobile. Bottom rack, I don't know who that is. Might be legacy equipment. And then the site over there is Verizon. There you go. Gonna do some speed tests up here on the log flume area because you can see the Verizon site over there that I mentioned earlier, or may have mentioned. The macros are on the hill up there behind us, so I figured I might as well do some testing for you guys right here. So here we go. We're starting out with Verizon Wireless. Verizon is showing ultra-wideband, getting a 40 millisecond unloaded ping. The loaded ping times are actually really respectable considering how busy it is here. Jitter at 7. And we're getting 330 on the down. So that could be LTE mixed with a weak N77. Don't really have a will or way to check it right now, but look at that fantastic upload. If you're in the park and trying to send people videos and photos, Verizon will not disappoint. Let me switch over to T-Mobile next and we'll give them a go.
It was brought to you by Circled In. CircledIn.com makes it super easy to get the benefits and savings that come along with a postpaid or prepaid wireless account without having to set one up yourself. Let's take just a second to see how easy it is to use CircledIn.com and save a ton of money on your wireless. Starting out on the CircledIn.com homepage, I would start by clicking All Circles. Once the page loads, you can sort by postpaid or prepaid providers like Verizon, T-Mobile, Google Fi, Simple Mobile, and Metro. If you see a plan that piques your interest or you feel fits you best, you can click Join Circle, read through more details about the plan, and if you decide to go for it, you can click Reserve. Circled In also now supports streaming services like Netflix, Disney, Hulu, HBO Max, and more. CircledIn.com, check them out today. Thank you again for supporting the channel.
All right, we got everything reset. T-Mobile fired up and ready to go. On the way down from Binghamton to the Knoebels amusement park, Verizon was actually really impressive. I came across many upgraded mid-band sites in the Scranton market that were consistently pulling 500 to a gig down. Very few gaps in between. So we got 560 megabits per second as the water flume shoots water up in the air. So T-Mobile running very competitive with Verizon, beating them obviously, but not by a ton. And we've got 87 millisecond unloaded ping, which is kind of high, and very nice loaded ping times. We'll run them again one more time. All right, one more test on T-Mobile. Picked a slightly different server this time. Verizon has a small cell in the park near the main entrance where the parking lots are. And yeah, again, running very competitive with Verizon, slightly faster. This time we've got better unloaded ping times and better loaded ping times. And the upload is also starting to get a little more competitive with Verizon, although on Verizon we broke over 100, so that was awesome. The water shooting up in the air again. All right, there's T-Mobile. I'll be right back with AT&T coming up next. As promised, here's AT&T, who also does not appear to have any equipment in the park, but they are on a macro right up there on the hill, as you saw. So not a great unloaded ping, 112. The loaded ping times are extremely high, and the download is struggling to break 10. So, and you know, I haven't seen much better. I think throughout the park I saw maybe 20 or 30 a couple times. I did see some better ping times than what's here, but overall I'd say AT&T is probably your least exciting choice in the park, although from here to Binghamton they did have reliable coverage. It just wasn't as impressive as Verizon and T-Mobile. So there you go, there's AT&T here at Knoebels. The conductor's really into it.
Yeah.
It's time for a little end of the day speed test update. It's not exactly rush hour, but it is in the 5 o'clock hour, and AT&T is crumbling under the pressure here at Knoebels. We're getting 10.9 on the down, and this is fairly consistent. I've run it a couple times. The unloaded ping time is embarrassing, and the loaded ping times are fine, I guess, which is kind of a little odd. Jitter at 64, which is not great. So AT&T showing its lack of midband here and overall congestion, as Verizon is the only company that has detailed coverage here in the park with the small cells that I showed you previously. I'll do a quick video showing Verizon and T-Mobile as well. All right, we're gonna run Verizon and T-Mobile at the same time. Slightly different network, slightly different servers, but I have to do this for the sake of saving some time here. Verizon running on the S24 Ultra that my wife has, and T-Mobile running on the iPhone 16 Pro Max. So Verizon inside the park, I would say, is in general not quite as fast as T-Mobile. However, Verizon has been rocking a more consistent, stable, full signal throughout the park because there are multiple small cells spread out, unlike the other two providers. So there you go. You got Verizon and T-Mobile. And let's do the, we'll do fast.com test just for kicks here. All right. So again, Verizon, T-Mobile. And it looks like Verizon, again, running very competitive, just not quite as fast as the log flume ride goes off over there. So there you go. T-Mobile on the right, Verizon on the left. At peak, or close to peak busyness of the park. And it's also just past rush hour, like I mentioned. A little after, well, a little before 6 o'clock. But anyway, thanks for joining us here at Knoebels. And be sure to give the video a thumbs up if you like speed testing and amusement parks. And we'll see you guys in the next video.